My presentation is on Lorraine Hansberry. She was born on May 19, 1930 in Chicago, Illinois. She was born as Lorraine Vivian Hansberry III, the granddaughter of a freed slave. She was the youngest of 4 children. Her father founded Lake Street Bank, one of the first banks for blacks in Chicago, and was a successful real estate broker. Her mother, Nanny, was a school teacher. In 1938, Hansberry's family moved to a white neighborhood and was violently attacked by their neighbors. They didn't move until a court ordered them to do so, and the case made it to the Supreme Court, known as Hansberry v. Lee. She first went to the University of Wisconsin in Madison. She then visited the University of Guadalajara for a summer, where she studied painting. She broke her family's tradition of attending Southern black universities. She originally majored in painting, but then changed it to writing. After 2 years, she dropped out and moved to New York City. While she was in New York, she attended the New School for Social Research. She worked for Paul Robeson's progressive black newspaper, Freedom, as a writer and associate editor from 1950 to 1953. At the newspaper, she worked with famous writers like W. E. B. Du Bois, who was the first African American to earn a Ph.D. She also worked as a part-time waitress. But in 1956, she quit her jobs and began writing full-time. In 1957, she joined the Daughter of Abilities, which strove for feminist rights. While writing for their paper, which was called The Ladder, she wrote The Crystal Stair, which was renamed as A Raisin in the Sun. She was married to Robert Nemiroff, a Jewish songwriter, for 9 years. She was also the godmother to Nina Simone's daughter, Lisa. Lorraine Hansberry was known to be very politically active. She was at the integrated dormitory while she was at the University of Wisconsin. She also worked on Henry A. Wallace's presidential campaign in 1948. She helped fight for women's equality in America and Egypt. She attended the Peace Conference in Uruguay in place of the Freedom newspaper's owner, Paul Robeson. Her first playwright, A Raisin in the Sun, debuted on Broadway, March 11th of 1959. It was a play about a family obsessed with assimilation into the white American society, an accumulation of wealth, and the struggle for success and acceptance. It was set in Chicago from the late 1940s. The title came from a line in Langston Hughes' poem, A Dream Deferred. It was named the best play of 1959 by New York Drama Critics Circle. It ran for nearly 2 years on Broadway as the first play with a black director, Lloyd Richards. It was nominated for 4 Tony Awards and was made into a film in 1962 and made into a musical titled Raisin in 1973. It was the first play written by an African American woman. It earned New York Drama Critics Circle Award for the best play at age 29, making her the youngest American playwright to win the award at the time and also only the 5th woman to win it. It was translated into 35 languages. Her last play was named The Sign in Sidney Brewston's Window. It was about a man struggling with pitfalls in his personal life and living in bohemian culture. It premiered on Broadway October 15th of 1964, but it closed early on January 12th, 1965 because of Lorraine Hansberry's death that day. After her death, Hansberry's husband, Nemiroff, adapted a collection of her writing and interviews in To Be Young, Gifted, and Black, which opened off of Broadway at the Cherry Lane Theater and ran for 8 months. The title is taken from a speech given by Hansberry in May 1964 to winners of a United Negro Fund writing competition. That's it. Thank you very much.